Do you believe you're an average woman?
I do not.
Because?
Excuse me?
Why? Why don't you believe you're an average woman?
Well, I don't believe in selling myself. So I'm not I'm not a woman that feels like I have to prove my value to anybody. So it's like
you don't. It was just a question.
Yeah, to me, it's just like I don't believe I'm an average woman just because I'm me, and I don't believe any person would you say you're an average man.
Are you asking me that question? Yeah, I think I'm an average guy.
Okay, well, that's good. I think it's a healthy habit to think highly of yourself. So with me,
so a dude that makes $20,000 a year, is he average?
Hold on, wait. Do you think it's average? No. Wait a minute. Do you think it's detrimental to overinflate your view of yourself?
No, because if you
really, so if I believe that I'm just Superman and I'm walking around like I'm Superman, that's not gonna do anything to me psychologically, because that's not the real world.
Yeah,
right?
But it depends on what if someone believes that your value, you're overinflating, is based upon what they view you as, right? So I'm not going to hold myself subject to anyone else's standards or what they think my value is when I determine my own value.
Wouldn't that be a narcissist?
Listen, no, it's not. Because why would you let somebody else tell you, if you think you're handsome, why would somebody tell you, hey, you're ugly, and do you accept that as your reality?
Because I am an image. I'll just say this. I can think that I'm good looking, but if that person says I'm not attractive, that's their opinion.
Exactly.
But hold on. That's their opinion, but it doesn't mean it doesn't matter. And it doesn't mean that it's not true. It doesn't mean it's not true.
That's their truth. That's their perspective.
So if you've never seen something that was ugly and you was like, nah, girl, that's ugly. Address anything.
That's a perspective.
That is, but in the same thing, it doesn't mean it's not true.
Yeah, but that would mean it's true with other people who share my same perspective.
And it might be possible.
Because some people may think it's cute. So it's like, because that's my perspective doesn't mean that it's a genuine truth across all borders just because.
Okay, so this one is like a little bit of a longer video that I'm reacting to, so I have to pause it midway through and then I'm going to play it and let them talk, but I wanted to just talk about this one point before we move on. The problem is, right, what she's saying, she's very optimistic. Right? As most women are. Most women are optimists. Most people are, I would say, especially creative people, but most women are optimistic, right? Whereas men are just more pessimistic, logical, reality, here and now. And so her answers are kind of reflecting that kind of mindset. And this man is trying to have a conversation with her and just bring it to her logically. I don't know if there's somebody on the phone. It sounds like it. And then it sounds like there's somebody in studio. However, what she's saying about like, oh, well, I might not find something attractive, but maybe other people might find it, but maybe one person might find it cute. And it's like, yeah, but there's like a general consensus that happens, right? And so when it comes to a certain level of attractiveness, when it comes to people, like we could all line up 10 people and say who could go on GQ magazine or who could go on, Vogue, right? Based off of the image that we're seeing. It doesn't mean that person is extremely unattractive. It doesn't mean that one person is extremely ugly. And it doesn't mean that other person is even way more beautiful, but maybe they have like an editorial look or maybe they have the image. So I think it's just a little bit kind of like contradictory that she's having the conversation, but at the same time, she's kind of like avoiding talking about the reality, right? And there's always a reality, especially when it comes to image. Maybe you might not be an average woman when it comes to the way that you take care of your household or your whatever it is, right? How you put it down, whatever it is. But across the board, if somebody is asking you, most women over-inflate themselves. That's just how it goes. Like most women over-inflate themselves. Most men kind of measure themselves like, okay, yeah, like I may not be the best looking, but I got this. Or I may not be the tallest, but I got this. But they understand the standards that are there. Women completely ignore the standards. Like completely bypass the standards, act like they don't exist, ignore them, and then have this ideology of like, oh yeah, I'm the baddest, I can get whoever I want to, I'm the finest girl, like I'm the prize. And it's like, but there's still like reality that we're living in that will tell you otherwise. And like what results have deemed you, like what would make you feel as though you are, the most wanted, the most attractive, the most different or whatever the case is that would make you feel that way. So I just wanted to say that, like, they're having this back and forth conversation, but I think her angle of just, again, being optimistic and being like, well, what about this? Well, what if it's half full? What if it's this? And what if it's that? Is kind of like, I think the people that she's having the conversation with, they're not good at, like, changing the conversation back and just being like, okay, like, point blank period, this. If I put you in a room with this amount of people, do you think that you would be the one that'd be chosen the most? Like, if we're talking about her image. You know? Like, I think that's a different kind of conversation.
Said it.
That may be the case.
And when it comes to someone overinflating their ego, it becomes overinflating their worth. It becomes a problem when it's egotistical. Me, I'm a woman that does not have ego. So it's like with me, I base myself into reality. I know that the stuff that the work that I put into myself. Oh yeah, yeah. Really? So yeah, when it comes to like ego, to me, I'm not the most beautiful woman in the world, but I know I am beautiful. So it's like, to me, I can get anybody I want. So it's like,
the thing is, I wish they would have asked her. I wish they would have asked her the question like, what makes you feel like you're not an average woman? Like, I wish that was a question that would have been asked, because you know, she's saying that she's not egotistical, but then at the same time, she's saying that she's not an average woman. So I think the next question would have been like, so what makes you not an average woman? Because every woman feels like they're special and not average.
That's far-fetched.
No, because you can. I believe
anybody you want.
Yeah, everybody should have that mindset. That's a healthy mindset. You should think highly of yourself.
So I think that's delusional.
It's not.
Let me ask you this.
And that's fine. You don't have to agree with my mindset of how I view myself. If you want to think lowly of yourself and think that you can't get everybody that you want, then you can insert that on yourself. That has nothing to do with it.
So let me ask you this. So if you can get anything that you want or anybody that you want, right?
You would be married today.
There you go.
That's if the goal was that. I don't want to be married right now.
But the goal was in the past, it was.
No, it was not.
So you didn't want to be married?
I've never been a woman that was like, oh, I can't wait to get a ring on my finger. That's never been my mindset. That's why I turned it down.
So when do you want to be married?
I don't know. Whenever I feel like it. It's like, if I wanted to be married today, I could be.
When do you want to be in a relationship again?
Whenever I'm done doing my work on myself. It's not really a rush for me. So it's like,
Okay, the thing is, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I thought I was going to be able to press play and just let them talk, but the thing is, now I'm not going to be the one to call you delusional like this gentleman did on the phone. But if you are such the catch, and if you could be married in the blink of an eye as soon as you want to, like, people would be kicking your door in to wife you up. Right? Like, it would be a constant thing that you're constantly, you know, pushing back, or you're constantly, you know, denying from multiple types of people. Like, it would be that thing. And I mean, I get what she's trying to say. Like, it's on her time, but it's really not. Like, it's really, really not. Like, men are the ones who are the choosers. So if you saw a man that was entirely your type, you mean to tell me that somebody that you were extremely attracted to, he checked every box, that you would ultimately tell him no because you're working on yourself and you're doing that? Like, most women do not do that. If they see that man that is like, he's it, like, they don't care about the work that they have to do themselves. They will put that to the back burner because they don't want to lose the man. Because this is the person that they've been looking for, waiting for. So, I don't know.
Subscribe to the societal standards. So it's like, you don't have to agree with me, and you can think that.
No, we're not agreeing with you. I
know you're not agreeing with me, but I feel like it's very offensive when someone says they think highly of themselves, and for you to laugh.
But in order to say you can get anybody you want,
yes, that's true. Just like you can have anybody you want.
No, I can't. I won't. You know what? Look in your phone right now. Look up fucking Holly Berry's number. I want her.
Okay, well, shit, go after her.
No. I want her.
Me. That's the mindset.
That doesn't mean I can get her.
How do you know that you can't?
Oh my goodness.
Why do you think so lowly of yourself to where you think that you can't?
You know what that's more like? That's more like mindset. I can have her. I want her. I'm taking her. No.
Nobody said take her.
But even then, I can't have anybody that I want.
Well, you can think that of yourself.
No one can do that.
Okay, with me, I feel like it's very.
Okay, so who's somebody that you would date? You said Drake earlier. You said something about Drake.
Date Drake.
Who would you date? Famous.
Celebrity doesn't mean anything.
Just answer the question.
No, because I don't have any. But I guess with me it's different because I'm not like.
You don't have. So name me somebody you are attracted to that's famous. I don't give a fuck who it is.
I'm not in that space.
Oh my
I'm not, and so I guess that maybe we did need the other girls here because I'm not a person that's like, I'm not like, I just need a man. I don't even look at men like that. Not even where it comes to like want. I haven't seen anybody.
Even like, growing up, it's nobody you've been attracted to.
I mean, it's people that are attractive, but it's not anything that's like, oh, I just want him. No, I feel like my want to someone is developed.
Can I say something? Z, I'm not trying to frustrate you.
I'm not frustrated at all. It's just to me what I don't like.
Let me say this to Antoine really quick.
Yeah, okay, but I just want to say this. What I don't like is I don't like a borderline bully. If someone chooses to have
and I don't want to feel like we're teaming up on you or none of that.
But what I'm saying is if someone chooses to have high self-esteem as opposed to low self-esteem, that does not give you a right to call them names and call them narcissistic or say, overinflated, because they choose to have high self-esteem because you're used to your standard of being low self-esteem. Anybody that says they can have if you say you can have anything that you want, you can, because your mindset reflects your reality, and you're not mature enough for that.
Do you believe?
Okay, here's the thing, right? We're gonna start with the thing that she just ended off with, and then I'm gonna get to my point. But the thing is, she's in her feelings about this conversation. This is a very logical conversation, right? And she's saying that your mindset reflects your reality, and that is extremely true. However, in the realm of possibilities and your mind and even attraction, like, can you imagine trying to pull on somebody who's already committed into something else? Like, that's like, okay, for example, right? Say, for instance, this woman on the screen, she want to be married to Jay-Z. Okay, and she feels like she can pull any man she wants to because she's all that, she's not average and all these things, and she is entitled to be with him. Like, you might feel entitled. You might feel like you can get him. You might feel like he's an option for you. But when we look into the reality of the situation, that's probably not going to happen. Okay, and there's a line between being, manifestation, laws of attraction, and delusion. I'm going to be honest. There's a line between that, and I think a lot of people don't talk about that, but that's an entirely different conversation. But there is a line. There is a line, and the reason why I say that is because not everything that exactly the same exact way that you want it is attainable for you. Maybe this man wants Halle Berry, like he just said, but maybe it's a strong possibility that she is not available or she would not be interested in the likes of him, but maybe he can be with somebody who has certain qualities or maybe a certain physique or whatever it is that would be along those lines that is actually going to be interested in him and work out with him. But that's an entirely different conversation. But she's getting in her feelings, right? And she's like, well, it's not, I don't want to be bullied and this and that. But at the same time, she turns to this man, and he did not call her a narcissist. He said, that's narcissistic, don't you think? Question mark. Right? Like, he flipped these things and asked questions. That's delusion. Well, I would think that's delusional. Like, the mindset that you have. But then she turned and said, you're not smart enough to have a conversation. So that just goes to say that she's only able to throw out the insults. But it's not a bully because they're all coming to her and, oh, woe is me. I'm the one that's sitting here and that's not fair. And you guys are all coming at me for saying this because you don't agree with me. And so now I'm going to say that you're unintelligent to have the conversation with me. And the thing is that it's impossible to have a logical conversation with somebody who is trying to have a anything is possible conversation, because they're literally two extremely different conversations. Okay? It's two extremely different conversations. Like, could somebody could want a Maserati? Could they get it? Possibly. If they work hard, if they do this, if they dedicate it, if they do all these things, if they, that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, is a strong possibility. There's a dealership. There's a million cars that they have. Like, so many people can have them. But will so many people have them? No, they will not. And it's just the reality of A lot of people are not going to be able to put that work in. A lot of people are putting the work in and their checks are not reflecting the amount of money it's going to take to be able to even purchase that. Like, so we have to talk about reality, and a lot of women stay in this delusional mindset. And it's super unhealthy. You know how the guy brought up Superman? It's super unhealthy because it will allow women to constantly turn down suitable men, okay, who still might be doing them a favor, being in a relationship with them. If we're being honest, they will turn these men clear down because their mindset is saying, I can get here. So I'm not settling for here. I'm not settling for here because I can get all the way up here. So if you're not up here in this realm, then I'm not going to be with you. And although I'm, working on myself, and although I'm resonating up here, all these men, even though they've shown no interest in me, it's because I don't want them to show interest in me right now because I'm not in the mood for it and I don't feel like it and I'm not attracting them. And that's not true. It's showing you that what it is that you say that you are obtaining or can obtain, or what it is that you say that you want, maybe you are not 100% qualified for, but you don't know that because you're already in your mindset of like, I can have whatever I want. I can have whoever I want to. I can have whoever it is. I can do this. I can do that. And it doesn't make sense. This woman, I do not think this woman is unattractive. Okay, I can't see nothing else. I can only see her face. I can't see nothing. I'm just going off of her face. Right? Her demeanor, the way that she speaks. I don't think that she is an unattractive woman. However, okay, there was women in this comment section. Yes, sis. You better tell them. They better stop trying to make us lower our standards. They better stop trying to make us blah, 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 blah. And it's like, a lot of people are just gassing these women up to believe the possibilities are endless. And it's not true. It's not true. There's this train of women are revolting against these kind of conversations. They are revolting strongly against it. They are teaming up. Sisterhood banded together, teaming up, going against these conversations where men are standing up and saying, we're not dealing with the foolishness. We don't want the drama. We don't want the disrespect. We're going to think a couple of times before we even decide to even marry any of y'all, because all y'all be tripping. All y'all be crazy. We got to look at y'all, examine you keenly. Okay? Who's not saying they getting their passports or whatever the case. And a lot of women are coming against it because they want to stay delusional. How dare you rip this cloak of delusion off of me? Give it back to me. I want to keep it. And it's unhealthy. And it's unrealistic. We live in there's a reality here. Okay? There is reality that we are living in. This is a real stand. Okay? This is real, made up of real matter. This is real. The thing is that a lot of people have come to this. Again, a lot of women do this. And listen, it comes from the movies. It comes from TV shows. It comes from, Lifetime, all these networks that have profited off of women believing in this fantasy, dream, lifestyle, fairy tale. And to be honest with you, that's not reality. But a lot of women are going to learn this the hard way. Whether they like it or not, whether they believe it, again, because of the delusion, whether they believe it or not, they're going to learn it the hard way. For sure. Absolutely. But I want to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.